Hey Griff.
Hey Mike. So we're back. We got another tool.
Another tool.
This is the Dremel, and you can kind of use it for grinding or sanding or brushing, all kinds of different materials from plastic to metal, all those things. So, but most important first, before you use any tool, is get your safety equipment set.
Yeah, we've got our glasses on already.
We've got our glasses on. So we've got our glasses. The other thing you want to do with this tool, be sure anytime you're brushing or grinding or anything like that, you've got a pair of gloves, because this thing will spit debris, and you don't want to get any of that stuck in your hands. So,
Are you going to show us how to use it?
yeah, let's get started.
All right.
So the best part about the Dremel is that it takes a bunch of different kinds of bits. You can put brushes and grinding wheels and sanders and all kinds of things in this. To do that, you're going to need to select your bit that you're going to be using and put it in the front of the tool. So anytime you're adding a bit, it's going to be the same operation. This is a lock button on the front. What you're going to do is hold that down and then loosen the front of your tool here just a little bit. You don't have to take this whole piece off. You can leave it on the tool when you're changing bits. Put it in the front and spin it back the other direction until it's finger tight. Then you're going to take your wrench, lock it on the front, and give it a little snug. You don't want to go too tight with this. And then we're ready to grind. So we're going to be doing a little grinding on this plastic here. You want to pick the tool that's appropriate for the material you're using. So for instance, in this case, I'm going to be using a plastic surface to sand. So I want to make sure that I get the sanding wheel instead of the grinding wheel. Also make sure every time you use this, you're going to want to make sure this is clamped. If this thing goes spinning off and hits somebody, it's not going to be a good day. I've also got my gloves here. Go ahead and get those put on. The other thing you want to be sure of, and this is more important with metal, but it also applies to plastic, is you want to be aware of where the debris that's coming off of this tool is headed. You don't want to point this directly into somebody's face. You want to point this away from everybody else and away from things that are flammable or toxic. That way you're not at risk for igniting or hurting somebody with flying debris. So let's get started. We're going to do a little sanding on this. So we've got our sanding all done here. Our part is finished. You'll notice too that as I was sanding it, I didn't have to run the machine at full speed because we're working with a little bit softer material here. If we were using metal, for instance, we might want to speed it up a little bit. In fact, let's go ahead and do a little grinding. So I'm going to go ahead and switch bits here. I got my piece all clamped up and I got the right bit in, so we're good to go.
So you got your parts done safely, Griff?
We're all done, yeah. So, I mean, it turned out great. We did our sanding and our grinding, so I think we're good to go. Last thing, we got to make sure we put the bits back.
And clean up our workspace.
And clean up our workspace. All right.